beautiful fall afternoon in the state of Texas. The roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
I can't help but smile, not because I'm rooting for any team in particular, but to see the special teams set up their team in such a big way, you just know that helps the interaction between all phases of a football team.
So out come the Texans in great starting field position. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Stroud out of the gun here. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Now Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll give it to Mixon. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw off play action. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Stroud. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field. And that brings up 4th.
It's now 4th.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
A 31-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 23 carries, 116 yards.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? his offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does. They want to make sure they get him there.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's caught. It's Travis Hunter. And he will have a Jaguars first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Play action. It's Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Jaguars at 7-1 now on the year. And they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And as much as we hate to play this game, you know I'm going to do it anyway. Extrapolate that over a full season. What does that come out to, partner? 14-2. And anyone in the NFL, they'd sign up for that record, that's for sure.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Texans offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Fights through and now a crease. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Play action. Stroud now. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Mixing up the middle. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. You look at this Jaguar defense. And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that it's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number 1, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Stroud off the play fake. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
All right. 18.
And Stroud now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, You talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And that is no good. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Screenplay, here's Etienne. 7 yards there on the first down screenplay. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of the game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to...
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's to the left side, taken in by Hunter. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up.
Touchdown! Parker Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Oh, a nice spin. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now out comes Houston. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try to settle for field goals.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of catches, 78 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to Mixon on first down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Trayvon Walker makes the tackle. Now a 2nd and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Stroud looking to throw. That's complete. It's Collins. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
10-3 our score after one here on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first carry for Samaje Perine. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Stroud. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Emmanuel Ogbah that time able to drop him for a loss.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. He'll swing this out to Marks. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Now Lawrence. And that is caught downfield by Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
On play action, Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Lawrence. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Lawrence will throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Jaguars first down.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Travis Etienne, 33 yards. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Travis Etienne on the touchdown reception capping the drive. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Houston set to take over. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Joshua Hines-Allen has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Stroud. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Emmanuel Ogbah. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Here is third and quite a ways.
All right. 18.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Jaguars offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's building his case for MVP consideration with each passing week. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes as we move into the back half of the season. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. Washington's got it. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Jags are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Lawrence now off the bootleg. And he's got it. Touchdown, Jaguars. Johnny Mundt from 3 yards out. And the Jaguars are able to widen their advantage. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Now for the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
2nd and 6.
At the 32-yard line.
In motion right, that's Dell. They'll fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw off play action. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Throwing now is Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
This is fielded at the 27. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Now Lawrence. That's caught by Munn. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. He has really thrown the ball well here in this first half. You see the numbers, up over 200 passing yards already.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Lawrence. Here's a screen for Robinson. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Again, it's Lawrence. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hunter. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Etienne up the middle. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, is continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all,
this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Houston's offense taking over again. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Up the middle, here's Pirine. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Texans first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
2-yard line.
All right. Wait.
Now Stroud. Got a man. It's Collins complete. Now 2nd and 5. And Stroud now to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Hines-Allen. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't,
we're going to need another quarterback.
From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. Dropping it off underneath, here's Pirine. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Now ETN to start the drive. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now Lawrence to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to forward. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Our look around the league starts now with a matchup of contrasting styles. All right, Brandon, thanks much. It's Week 10, Veterans Day coming up on Tuesday, by the way. We salute all the brave men and women who keep our country safe. This one's for you. Here we go with the highlights. And it's Bijan Robinson. Gets past the line of scrimmage, gets room, gets it in. 22 yards on the touchdown. The Falcons move to 7-2 as they get the win here. From there, let's go out to Denver, checking in on the Broncos. They're playing host to the Las Vegas Raiders. And this is J.K. Dobbins. He's a weapon in the run game. He's a weapon in the passing game. Look at him go. 77 yards for the touchdown. The Broncos get a much-needed win as they move back to 500 at 5-5. One more to show you. Let's go to Charlotte. It's the Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints. And it's Alvin Kamara. He's going to hustle his way to the end zone, 10 yards on the touchdown. This one's at halftime now, and it's the Saints lead by a field goal at halftime. A final look there at the rest of the scores from Week 10 with Cincinnati, Dallas, Kansas City, and Tennessee all on their bye. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters, as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Second half starts with a run by ETN. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. They go play action now. Lawrence. And that's complete to ETN out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Play action. It's Lawrence. To the right side and complete to Thomas. Sheds off the tackle. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
ETN bringing in another one. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Straight ahead, ETN. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 40 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Got a man, that's Hunter. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and have the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. Oh, that is well read on the backside, and he'll be met well behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Now Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Let's go.
Lawrence. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. The 4th down pass from the 5 falls incomplete, and this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Stroud backed up near his goal line. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Open man is Collins. He's got it. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making.
That's caught at the 25. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A huge play there for Houston. 58 yards.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Trayvon Walker. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering, because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
It's now third down.
18.
Stroud. They set up the screen, Marks. And the Texans are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
5-yard gain on the play. That's another Texans.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Joshua Hines-Allen getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
18. What's up?
Here's Stroud. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident, because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Emmanuel Ogbah able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. This from 36 yards out. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they've got some stuff to build on from that last drive, because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now Lawrence. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Going for it, here's ETN. Yeah, good work there in open space, and he's got this all the way down now to the 32. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Lawrence will throw. Thomas brings it in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Lawrence. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Lawrence going to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Now 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out comes Houston. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side.
Maybe a little gas.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Stroud to throw it. This one left side caught by Collins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll hand it to Pirine. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run again with Pirine. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Throwing now is Stroud. Throw left side complete. That's Collins. And oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play. They run it with Pirine on 1st down. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
18. Let's go.
They'll fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw all play action. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Jags are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, open is Thomas. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And this offense on 3rd down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Oh, 18.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Now Stroud. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
On the quick, right?
And Stroud now to throw. Got his man, Dell. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd
Here we go.
and 4.
Hand off here for P-Line. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
18. Play.
From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
It's a gain of 8. That's another Texans first down.
Stroud looking to throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
Back to throw. Stroud throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to bid.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Trayvon Walker able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. These two teams, they met earlier in the year in Jacksonville with the Jags coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? At this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Thomas has got it, complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now Lawrence to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 27. Play action. It's Lawrence. This ball caught by Strange. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
First and goal, Jacksonville.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Etienne. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And that one blown up quickly. as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Lawrence. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Hunter with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jaguars have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee, because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Stroud. He'll swing this out to Marks. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Dell. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
A give, running right, ETN. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Now 2nd and 9. ETN once more. 82 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Here's Lawrence. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Will Anderson getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. One final shot for C.J. Stroud. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Jags, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.